What's up, guys? Trust and Truth here. This is some Hardpoint multi-team on Raid. I'm going to give you some tips with the SWAT with select fire on it, how to use select fire appropriately. Right there you can see I got a quick claymore kill. For multi-team, I've sort of realized the spawns and I know every spawn and where the hardpoint tends to go to the next one because it's a set destination on headquarters. So I set a claymore there because I know that a team spawns down there at I think C-Dom, and they're going to come up this way since the hard point's here. So if someone's not smart like that guy wasn't looking, it can net you a free kill. But anyway, now onto the select bar and the SWAT. This is a ghost class that I use with the SWAT. I use select fire and then the suppressor. I don't mind the iron sights, they work well enough for me. And then I believe I have ghost on, and I'm not sure what the other, I don't know what the other two perks are. I think the third one's dexterity, but I'm not sure what the rest. And then I have a claymore and shock charges. But a lot of times when I see people use the SWAT, select fire, they often always use it full auto and never switch back. Which is a big mistake because I think you only utilize then part of the gun itself and that gun attachment. So here you'll see that I switch back and forth often, and depending on the situation that I'm in. A lot of times, I really like the full auto SWAT. I think people prefer the M8A1 full auto SWAT or the M8A1 full auto, not the SWAT, to this gun. But I really enjoy this gun a lot with full auto. You can see here we're just holding down the first hard point. We usually try to hold down the first two hard points on this map on Raid because they're pretty easy to hold down. Like the very first one, you can hide behind pillars. And here I did the trick where you pull in and then pull back out and let that guy cap it. So that netted me an extra 325 that I normally wouldn't get. And then I started to move on to the next hard point. For multi-team hard point, you really got to time when you're going to jump to the next one or have a guy jump to the next one, because you never know when teams are looking ahead to move to the next one. Like this, the one enemy team we played on this game, they kept having a guy move hold to the next one, hoping to lock it down before anyone else could get into it. Here you can see I'm full auto at first, and then I come back to use burst. I switch and get cover, which helps me net these two kills. And if I had full auto on right there, it would have been my downfall. I probably would have died. And then I switch back to full auto, and I'm able to pick up the guys that are coming close because I have the Blackbird up. I kill this guy, and then here this guy just failed. I mean, I failed really bad trying to pull out the FHJ, but he was even worse. So that was my luck. You can see I'm not running very high kill streaks. I mean, the orbital VSAT's my highest one. And then the lightning strike and the UAV, which are pretty standard for me. And then I picked up the TAR there. I feel like it's best to always pick up another weapon the earlier you can, so you don't have to do it later, especially when you're getting close to ammo, because if you use the SWAT full auto a lot, you will run out of ammo really fast compared to if you use it 3 burst. And that's another way I use the SWAT. Like, if I know that I'm getting low on ammo, then I'll always keep it on the burst just so I can conserve ammo. But that's why I picked up the MTAR in that situation. Here you can see we don't have a huge lead. We're only up by a few points, so we have to keep going for the objective and holding it down. And I constantly try to claim more because a lot of the hard points on Raid offer only 3 entrances. So if you have 2 good buddies and good communication, you can help lock those down and gain some points. And that's what we try to do here, is just lock it down and keep enemies from coming in. And then like I said, here I was already picking up guns. You can see me go through 3 or 4 guns there. I think at this time when I recorded this commentary, I was still going for SMG's diamond camo. And I had already completed the Vector and obviously had the Type 25 since I have the assault rifles in diamond. So that's why I picked the Scorpion up, because I knew if I could maybe get lucky and get a few headshots. See, there's burst, and then I switch right back to full auto because I know this guy's coming at a closer range. Not sure how that guy passed me at all. He must have came through the window. And then I come back in here with burst, but then I switch to the Scorpion, which makes sense. And I'm just trying to hold off this side while I have a teammate in the middle to lock it down. So you want to constantly do. This is the toughest. I think this is the toughest, obviously, hard point in this map to hold. Right here, I just got unlucky, and I mean, I guess I could have played it by sitting back in the corner and letting them pass me, hoping to ambush them from behind. But other than that, I didn't do too bad. You can see the burst fire. I really love the Swat burst fire though. I think it's a really good gun, even with the silencer. I'm just controlling the engagement. Even there, I came really close to killing that guy, and that would have been a nice little 5 kills right there, I think. But I just lost. I mean, he got another shot on me, so can't complain there. Here, I probably should have switched to full auto. I make a few mistakes, even not using select fire correctly, and I got really lucky here. But if I would have had, it's a good thing I had burst at this moment, because if I had full auto, I would have been spraying bullets all over, and it would have at least caused me to reload. You can see there, I tried to back out to allow one of them to get into it so I could kill them and get back into it, but I had a teammate in there, and that would have got me more points. And just continuing to use the burst here, which, like you can see right there, that was a fail on my part. I probably should have switched back to full auto. Even I forget to switch enough, like, back and forth. But I've seen, like, I have an older brother that I play with who uses the M8A1, and he uses it full auto, and I don't think I've ever seen him switch to the 3 burst, or the 4, I guess for the M8 it's the 4 burst. I don't think he's really utilized that, and it comes really in handy, especially in bigger maps, and every map at least has some situations where you're going to be able to use the 3 burst is going to come in handy over a full auto gun, especially because they tend to recoil even after the patch where they added even more recoil to them. You would think I set the claymore in an alright spot, but I could watch my back, but nope. The explosion doesn't kill that guy. I must have set it too close to the doorway and he got past a little bit, so failed claymore equals my death. Here I'm trying to anticipate where this guy is by watching my UAV. And I do alright with it. I even get the next guy, but I'm not good enough to turn on 3 guys, so that's my death. And those are the deaths that I'm prone to get when I'm not paying attention, I guess. Here I'm already moving. See the hardpoint. We know that the next hardpoint's coming in here, so we're going to set up where we go. And we usually even have set up sides. Like I always sit behind those 2 sports cars and watch this side typically. And try to hold down this side, and then I can shoot across. And it all depends. We actually take it on to what weapons everyone's using. Like I think my brother was using the Type here, so he holds down that side. And usually like a guy with an SMG or a shotgun will watch that side, and then someone with an assault rifle will sit back here and hold down this side. Usually makes more sense to do it that way. Rarely do we finish games like actually to 250 because of the lack of people playing the objective. Like I don't think that by the end of this game we don't finish completely to 250, we get into 200. I've even won a game of Hardpoint, probably only like 115 points because no one on the other team was absolutely playing the objective at all. And I think people fail to realize that in order to get your kill streaks on this, you have to play the objective. You'll get your score streaks 3 times faster if you actually play the objective. I was EMP grenaded a lot this game. EMP grenades don't bother me. I think they stay around a tad too long, but I use them. They're very effective with engineer. And I just lose a gun battle there. Maybe if I would have kept the SWAT out, I could have maybe hit him with a few bursts and killed him rather than the Vector from that range. At this point, I notice that the enemy has the hard point, but we're up by 80 points. And I figure we always tell ourselves, don't get yourself killed going for the objective if you're up by a significant amount, because it's not worth dying for constantly being cannon fodder by jumping onto the objective when you're up significantly. And I switch back to the full auto and try to hold this one out. We try to max it out just to give us for sure the win with only 40 seconds left. There's no way that the enemy team can possibly come back. Man, you can launch them damn Bettys. And then the last one ends up in the middle, which, like I said, is the hardest one. So we constantly think we're just trying to dip in and out of it just to get objective points, to hope to get a last-second kill streak, but it doesn't work for me there. I get killed. I close out the game, though, I think, with 4 or 5 kills in a row, though, just to have an effective game. The gameplay itself wasn't that great. It was only 64 and 12, but I think if anything you get out of the commentary is how effectively you can use an assault rifle with both styles of select fire, with full auto or burst fire. Hope you guys enjoyed. Trust and Truth out. Thank you.